Greetings angels and welcome to the 4th installment of Roleplay How To, the series where Megan and I go into depth on how you can create your very own Minecraft roleplay. In the last episode I covered maps and mods, and today we'll be covering skins and HD skins, as it very clearly won my community tab voting thingy by a landslide. I'm here to deliver to you guys. I'm here for you. Before this episode does start, I would just like to give a quick disclaimer, as we do at the start of every episode. This series is not meant to depict how all roleplay should be made, and it's not devaluing any of your ideas. We just simply thought that it would be nice if we shared a few of the ideas that we used to create our content for you. Up first, I'll be covering 64 skins, and then we'll move on to creating HD eyes from it, and I'll also discuss HD outfits. 64 by 64 are essentially exactly what they sound like, 64 pixels to work with. They're very important for a Minecraft roleplay, as in most cases they are the foundation for what happens later in regards to HD. Due to this, it is often very essential that you make them right. Do not settle for a 7 out of 10, do not even settle for a 9, and don't even settle for a 10 out of 10, girl. These are your characters and they have to look exactly how you picture them in your mind, okay? Do not settle for good, settle for better, okay? Because you'll regret it like the same hour episode 1 comes out. Like, trust me, I've been there multiple times. When creating 64 skins, there are 3 routes that you can go down, or that I like to go down. One is find a skin off of websites like NameMC. In the case that your picture character happens to look exactly like a cute skin you found from NameMC, take it, use it, and love it. However, if it looks like a 7 out of 10 at best and not an 11, you can follow route 2. Take a skin from a website and tweak it to your liking. I do this when I see a nice outfit that just happens to be in the wrong color, or when I see like a nice hair or headpiece in the wrong shade, and if it's done effectively, it can still look unique and fresh. If you don't like taking skins from websites, or if you feel you can do it better using the inspiration from your picture character, create your own one from scratch. I know a lot of people like to do this, and it is the best way at making a unique character. Now I've talked a little bit about 64 skins, I'm going to talk about the process of HD skins. Now, HD skins I find are a better way to show it in motion, as you can do lots of cool things like HD eyes with expressions, and you can add like eyebrows, and you can add more personality with the clothes because you can add like logos, add creases, show that are neat, that are untidy. So there's a lot more you can do with HD skins, but because of this they are significantly harder, which brings me on to the first route. If you're like me, you're probably not all that great at making HD outfits, which is why there are amazing sellers, for example Bin of Trash, who spend a lot of time making some very nice HD outfits that you can use, and the best part is they're not even that expensive. I use these a lot throughout Shattered Emotions, and they helped me a lot to differentiate characters from each other and create uniqueness. Equally, if you don't think you can create HD eyes, or if you just want to use some pre-made ones to speed the process up, I have a Gumroad shop, I will link that in the description, and I have a range of many pretty looking and unique HD eyes that you can use in your videos, again for a really cheap price. But for the purposes of the tutorial, I will now be showing you how you can create your very own HD eyes, so hopefully you won't have to spend a dime. For this process, I like to use Medibang Paint Pro. I will link the download to that in the description. Now let's get straight on with the tutorial. So here, as you can see, I have my Minecraft skin, and I just went ahead and I took the eyes off for the purposes of this tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to quickly do is add back the eyebrows, because please, that's just scary when they're not there. And I'm going to put them back here too. Next, what I like to do is go up here to edit, image size, and I do size up my canvas, and I do this so there's more pixels I can work with when making the eyes. I like to use 2048 by 2048. A lot of HD packs use this as well, including my own, so be mindful of this when buying anything. If it doesn't fit, you probably just haven't scaled your canvas right. So now my canvas has been scaled up. What we're gonna do is, on a new layer, we're gonna go over here to the little filled in box, and I'm gonna get white, and I'm just gonna draw a square on both. Actually, we'll do one eye. So I'm gonna draw a square that matches up with all the lines. You want to make sure that all the pixels match up so that it still has the correct dimensions of a Minecraft skin, because you don't want your eyes going like all the way down here and all the way out here, because then it just starts to look a little bit messy. So now we have this going, we're gonna create another new layer, which you do by going down here, and I'm gonna pick a color. I'm gonna pick, you know, I'm honestly feeling orange today. And once you do that, you just want to go in on the second rectangle and put down your color like that. Now I'm actually not happy with that color, which is a good thing because now I can show you tone curve. If you are not happy with your color, come up here to filter, go to tone curve, and you can literally just adjust the tones like this. I'm gonna drag it down to here, which has made it a lot darker, and now I want to change the color. So I'm gonna come back up to filter, then I'm gonna go to hue, and I'm gonna slide the color until I see one that looks kind of cute. And I'm gonna be a bit funky today. I think I'm gonna pick a nice purple. I'm honestly feeling purple, and I want to desaturate a little bit like that. See, I think that's good. I think that's good. Anyways, so now we have our purple. We are going to select this by using the picker tool, and then you're going to click up here with your two colors, and I'm going to make the second one black. You want to make sure this one is deployed first, and then I'm going to enable protect alpha on the purple layer here, like so. And using the gradient tool, I'm gonna drag down like this, which should create, there you go, a nice purple black ombre. I don't know what ombre is, like gradient thing. And that is very nice, and that is gonna be the base for the eye. On a new layer, which again you do by going down here, I am going to get my purple back, and I'm gonna make it a tiny bit, no, a lot lighter, and I'm gonna enable clipping so it doesn't go past the purple, and I'm just gonna draw like a sort of curved U. Now I'm gonna come in on the sides and add some little corners like this. To go back is Control-Z, by the way, and I use that a lot because I think of something, then it turns out to not be cute, so I just erase the idea. And I'm gonna add some little edges like that, and boom, now we have our overlay, sort of like, it's not the glint, but it's like an extended shine, if you will. And I am going to get a lighter color, and using protect alpha so it stays on this layer this time, I'm just gonna make the inner part of the eye lighter like that, and then I'm gonna use a darker color for the outline like this. Now what I'm gonna do is, coming down here to the blur tool, I'm gonna make my brush a lot smaller than that, and if I uncheck protect alpha, I should now be able to blur what we have drawn in like this. And I'm just gonna this purple in the corner is annoying me, so let me just blur that in a bit more. And now we have our sort of shine, but it's very harsh, so I'm going to come down to the opacity, and I'm going to turn it down to about 60 to 70 works best, I think. And now on another new layer, I'm going to disable clipping, which would automatically be on if the last layer was set to clipping. And I'm gonna go back to this fill tool here, and I'm gonna come up to the top bar, and I'm gonna use a circle. Now if I select my darker color, which you can do with right click or the picker, I am going to make it a lot darker, and I'm gonna draw a circle in like this. Now as you can see, when it's not mixed in properly, it looks a little scary. So using Control T, you can now deform the shape, and I'm gonna just make the iris a little bit thicker like this. And now we've done that, you press enter to, you know, accept, I guess. Now I'm gonna use protect alpha again. I'm sorry guys, these are a lot of steps, but this is just how I would create the simplest HDI that still looks pretty. So as you can see, the ombre goes from dark to light, so I'm now going to shade the circle from dark to light depending on what color is next to it, like this. And it looks a little off, but that's fine because we are actually going to be blurring it in like this. And you're probably wondering, Cam, why did we just do that? Because there's no point of it being there if it's the same color. And you are so wrong, because we're going to go to filter, tone curve, and we are going to tone curve it down like so. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to extend it. So if I uncheck protect alpha and go back up to the pen, I'm going to do this because I want it to go to the black. I feel like it would look good if it starts really inwards, you know. So, and then I'm going to make my blur tool a lot smaller, and I'm going to blur this in so that it all matches. And I don't want to blur it too much because then it won't be recognizable as the iris. I think that's blurred enough. Now I'm just going to turn the opacity down like that, and there you go. Now you have like an inner circle and an outer circle, and I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to blur this bit a little bit more like that. I think that looks good, and maybe this a little bit more. There we go. Now I don't want to do anything too complicated, so now I'm going to show you the final step I would use, or the final step I would do, yeah. And we're just going to create a little eye shine, and then we're going to make another one like so. And there you go, there you have it, a very simple HD eye. And now we've done the actual eye. As you can see, the white part looks a little bit plain. So what we're going to do is, back on our first layer with the white, I am going to come down here, and I'm going to get a darker grey. I'm probably going to drag it to more blue, actually, like a very desaturated blue, as you can see. And I'm going to, using the rectangle tool, I'm going to about 3/4 to the first end of the pixel. I'm going to make it a darker grey. And now if I check protect alpha, I'm going to blur that in. As you can see, it's kind of gone weird at the sides, but that's fine because I can literally just do this. I'm going to copy the layer with Control C and V. Now I'm going to merge down with Control E. So now it's all part of one layer, so if I move it, as you can see, the whole thing moves. Now it still looks a little bit flat. So what we're going to do now is, on a new layer above that one, we are going to go back to the fill eye tool thing, and using a dark grey desaturated blue, I'm going to draw 2 pixels here, and I'm going to go to the corner here. Now I am also going to blur this, not a lot, just a bit like this. And as you can see, that just creates like depth, and I know eyes in real life don't really have that sort of depth that we've just given the skin, but you know, it's Minecraft, it's never gonna look realistic. And as you can see, we have one eye, but doesn't a person have 2 eyes? Yeah, they kind of do. So we're gonna come up here to layer, and then we're gonna merge all and press OK, which moves all of our layers into one. Now if we come back to the select tool, we can copy, we can drag out and select the whole eye. Then we're gonna do Control C and Control V to copy and paste. And as you can see, it still looks a little bit strange because now both eyes are going to be facing the same way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one part. I'm going to select the white part. I'm going to go to layer, rotate horizontally, and now I can put that there. And you're probably wondering, why don't we rotate both of them horizontally to shorten the process? The reason we do that is because the eye shines should never be facing inwards to each other. They should always be facing to the same way to show the light is coming from the same direction. And now we have our eyes in place. As you can see, it's very nice, and now we'll put it on in game to see what it looks like. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today's episode of Roleplay How To. I hope it has been informative, and I hope it has helped you a lot. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode of Roleplay How To, and I will see you guys in another video. Enjoy your space travels!